Hey guys, Treasure here, and welcome to a brand new video. It's been a while since I've uploaded, and that's because a lot of stuff has been going on. Sorta. I just never had time to upload. So since we're all stuck in this quarantine because of the coronavirus, I thought I might as well make a video. So yeah, but since I'm coming back, I'm gonna be telling you guys a banger today. Today I'm gonna be talking about my first time on acid. All right. And this story is gonna be pretty weird because I'll be telling you guys what I remember from this trip, and I've been trying to get to the story for a while now, but I never got the chance because I never had time to upload. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Alright, so let's get right into it. Alright, so it was a normal ass night, and I was with one of my good friends. We're gonna call him Joe. Alright, that's his name from now on, Joe. But I decided, yo, I might as well try acid. Like, I never even got to it, and I've been trying to do it for the longest time. Alright, so we found a plug, and I don't even know how we found one because where I live, there's not a lot of acid going around besides like a few plugs, but we finally got some. Alright, and then later that night at my house, we decided to finally take it. So we did, and then we didn't know how to take it at the time. Well, he knew because what he told me is that he did it before. Alright, so I was like, you know what, I'll trust you. I hope they did it before, so you at least know what's going to happen. Alright, so he said to put it on our tongue for around 15 minutes and then chew it up. So we did just that, and then for the first 30 minutes we didn't feel anything, but after that, we started feeling it. Alright, we were getting all giggly and stuff, and he looked at me and he's like, dude, are you feeling it? And I'm like, yes sir. So that's when the trip first started. So I remember the first thing that we both saw were green and purple dots. Alright, that's the most vivid thing that I remember, because he looked at me and he goes, do you see the same dots? And I was like, yes dude, what is this? I was so confused because it was some telepathic shit right there. But yeah, we just went into the trip, and then after those dots, it just got more intense and intense with the patterns and visuals. And I just remember we started watching YouTube videos, trip videos, which are pretty fun. And I remember we watched this specific one with these two little guys, and then my friend looks at me and he's like, dude, that's them. They were the reason we're messed up right now. And I'm like, yeah, sure dude, alright. But we just kept watching videos, and I remember, alright, so there's this big ass body mirror in my brother's room, and we took that mirror and we took it in the bathroom and pointed at the other mirror, and there was so many copies of us. It was insane. I don't know how we did that, but anyways, so we went back in my room and we were just vibing, just talking, having a pretty good time. And then he looks in my closet, right? And he goes, dude, the stuff in your closet looks like dead babies and guts. I'm like, what? That just made me panic. I don't know, it sort of scared me at the time. And then I remember he was looking at my clothes basket and he's like, dude, look, it's like a face, there's a dude in there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I got up and just started throwing hands with my laundry basket, and he goes, dude, don't do that, bro. Why are you doing that? He's my only friend. And at that point I lost it. I started laughing. And I remember we were just talking again, and he looked at my primitives poster. Well, it's a flag, and it has a demon on it. And he's like, dude, there's demons coming out of his eyes and stuff like that. Alright. And then eventually we just started vibing again, and I remember I set the LED lights in my room to blue and green, and I put on some peaceful music, and I just started chilling. And I remember at the time I had a menthol pod, and for some reason that just made the mood. It was really weird. But I started vaping that thing, and something in my eyes, it made me feel like I was in one of those movies that the tapes are all messed up. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, one of those really old movies. It's weird to explain, but at the time it felt like I could only see through one of my eyes, and I just remember I saw the smoke going up, and I thought to myself that I was a dragon. And it was pretty weird, alright. But later through the night, of course we couldn't fall asleep because we were on acid, and I was just sitting there, and then I thought to myself, dude, this was when we were at the peak, alright. And I just remember thinking to myself, what if I never come back from this trip? Because this was my first time doing it. So I also want to mention, alright, so at the beginning of the trip when we saw the dots, the thing that freaked me out the most is that my friend, he told me that he's done it before, but he goes, dude, this is my first time too. And that like just freaked me out because like I had no idea what to do because it was both of our first times. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out, what happened earlier. But yeah, I thought to myself that I wasn't going to come back from the trip, and then I freaked out. And I remember watching a YouTube video of how to get out of a bad trip, and I remember the dude talking, he's like, so you're probably in a bad trip right now. And I'm like, I was just like mind blown at the time because I was like, dude, how did you know? But even though he probably knew anyways, you know what I'm talking about, like he made that video anyways. Yeah, so he just said to like turn on some peaceful music and just like vibe to it, and that's exactly what I did. I was just like vibing to music, and then I just had a good time. I just remember being like really comfortable and then eventually I just like just thought about random thoughts like the world and stuff like that, and I was thinking of waterfalls and stuff. It was like the ending part of the trip was like pretty peaceful. It was pretty cool. It just felt weird. And I remember I went on Discord to like trip Discord, and I started messaging with this one dude, and we were just talking about like psychedelics and how this is my first time, and I showed him like the stuff that made my trip cool. Like I have a little fountain in my room that has like turtles on it and stuff, and I was like, dude, this is like really cool. And he's like, yeah dude, I need to get like some LEDs and stuff like that for when I trip, because what the guy did, it was like some weird wet shrooms. It was so weird. They're called like truffles or something like that, but those look like hardcore trip stuff. I would never want to do that again. But I even like stopped doing that. Like I've only done acid once, and I'm probably never gonna do it again, just because of after the trip, after the long 15 hours of not going to bed and just tripping, your mind just gets exhausted, dude. It's called the afterglow, and it's the acid hangover. And I just remember the next day my vision was like all messed up, and I felt like really tired, but I could not fall asleep, and all I did was like lay down and watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. And there's nothing more special to it. That was really like the most important parts of the trip. It was just like pretty crazy at start, and then towards the end it got more peaceful. But yeah, that was pretty much all that happened throughout the trip. There's nothing really more special to it. But all I'm trying to say is I might have made acid sound fun in this video, but honestly, it's pretty scary. It's like all fun until you start seeing things that are impossible to see, or thinking that you're never going to come back to it. But if you want to try, which I'm saying do not, I would never do it again. Just like have a positive mindset going into it. Don't think of anything bad that could happen, because acid just like takes over your mind, and if you think of something bad happening, it's most likely going to have a bad trip, and that is just terrible. I just remember when I was like at the bad side of the trip, I just hated it and I wanted to get out. But I'm pretty clean right now. I really do not do drugs anymore. That was just like a thing that I used to do pretty far back, because this happened like a really long time ago. But yeah, I pretty much quit drugs. I really don't find a point into it anymore. I'm just like sort of glad that I did them, just so I can give you guys stories, but not glad at the same time, because drugs are pretty stupid and I don't find a point in them. Like if you smoke weed, go ahead. Like there's no hate towards it. It's just like I'm talking about the really hard drugs that are actual drugs. Like I don't see weed as a drug since it's not over the counter and stuff like that, but I'm just talking about like hard drugs. That's the stuff that I don't do anymore, like pills and stuff like that. And I'm telling you guys to just like never do it. But anyways, I'm sorry that I've been gone for a while, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, since it's like a video after a really long break. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and whatever you want to see me do next, just make sure to leave it in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it and want to see more stuff like this. And I'm gonna really be trying to upload more, since I'm on quarantine now and I have really nothing to do. So yeah, just expect that. And guys, it's Mr. Ezer, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.